Good morning students. I hope you all are healthy and safe. In previous video, I have explained you objectives and their characteristics. Today's video is about importance or advantages of objectives of an organization, and to achieve the objectives, an organization has to plan different procedures, different policies, and innovative strategies. So, follow this video so that you can understand how objectives of an organization can be achieved by preparing different policies or framing different policies and making different procedures and different strategies to achieve those objectives. Follow the video and catch the concept. Okay, ma'am? Importance or advantages of objectives. Students, here in this slide you can clearly observe that the following are the importances or advantages or significance of objectives for an organization to prepare plans. Objectives provide directions to the individual efforts and activities of an organization. Objectives provide directions to the individual efforts and activities of an organization. Similarly, objectives provide strong basis for determining policies, procedures, strategies, programs, budgets, and other plans. Objectives provide strong basis for determining policies, procedures, strategies, programs, budgets, and other plans. So, an organization need to set some objectives. Through those objectives, an organization can prepare its policies, programs, strategies, and ultimately they want to reach their goal or objective. This is the main advantage of setting the objectives in an organization. And objectives help in efficient delegation of authority. Objectives helps in efficient delegation of authority. Delegation of authority means an authority should be given to all the people in the organization, and it should be given to the capable persons who handle the responsibility. So, delegation of authority means putting the responsibility on the shoulders of skilled personnel. So, objectives help in effective delegation of authority. Next, objectives serves as standards for the evaluation of actual performance. Objectives serves as standards for the evaluation of actual performance. So, which personnel has done what kind of work, and which person is more innovative, which worker is more skillful, which person have different kinds of thinkings. All these can be evaluated through by setting the objectives in an organization. Another importance of objectives are objectives helps in coordinating the efforts of various departments and people. Objectives help in coordinating the efforts of various departments and people. So, when an organization sets its organization goal, every person in the organization has to work for the organizational objectives, not for the individual objectives. So, when the objectives are sorted out and set out, every person has to work for it. So, obviously, every person in the organization has to coordinate themselves with other people. So, coordination and communication are become the part and parcel of organization through only when objectives are sorted. Next importance or advantage of objective is objectives helps in achieving personal goals. See students, right now I am teaching you. Of course I am teaching for our college. Of course I am working for you people to teach the concept, but at the same time I have my personal goals. So my personal goals are like out of 60 students, I want all 60 students score highest marks. They score maximum marks. It's my personal goal. Is it not so? By setting out the objectives, of course, the objective is institutional objective that every student has to pass in the college. And my personal goal is that my students, out of so many members in the college, my 60 students has to pass. So objectives help in achieving personal goals. So students, when you are writing about the importance of objectives, you have to write all these 6 points. I am repeating the 6 points once again. Objectives provide directions to the individual efforts and activities of an organization. Objectives provide strong basis for determining policies, procedures, strategies, programs, budgets, and other plans. Objectives help in effective delegation of authority. Objective serves as standards for the evaluation of actual performance. Objectives helps in coordinating the efforts of various departments and people. And final importance of objective is objectives help in achieving personal goals. Okay students, this slide is about importance or advantages of objectives. Now the present slide represents policies. The present slide is about policies. When we are making the objectives, and objectives are based on the policy so that we can plan for an organization. So concentrate on this slide. Policies are guidelines set up by the company for managerial decision making. So policies are the guidelines which are prepared by the company or which are set by the company for managerial decision making. A policy is a verbal, written, or implied overall guide setting up boundaries that supply the general limit and directions in which managerial actions will take place. So policies are only the frameworks, only the guidelines, only the rules and regulations which are verbal, which are written, or which are expressed or implied, and these are the guidelines set up for boundaries that supply the general limits. That means to what extent an employee or manager or supervisor has to work, and directions in which the managerial actions will take place. And when we take the examples for policies, just you can check it or you can visualize these examples on this slide. Policy of recruiting only MBAs from top 10 institutions or colleges. So an organization want to recruit only MBA candidates and only from 10 top institutions. This is a policy set up by one of the organization. Another example for policy. Policy of promotion of in-house employees. Policy of promotion of in-house employees. Instead of recruiting new candidates, an organization may think of why don't they promote the existing employees so that no need to give them training again, no need to motivate them. They themselves do their work with their high in their cadre. That is called promotion. Another example for policy. Policy on selling goods only for cash and not for credit. Certain organizations, they'll follow this. You can take a very good example for this is our supermarkets. In supermarkets, goods are only sold for cash. They won't provide any sort of credit. So it is a policy set up by an organization. So policy on selling the goods on only for cash but not on credit. So these are the examples. Policies are nothing but setting guidelines, providing guidelines, making guidelines by the company for decision making, for good management. Okay, now come to the another example for another concept in objectives, that are strategies. Strategies specify the route taken to achieve company objectives and policies. Strategies specify the route taken to company to achieve objectives and policies. So strategies are different routes, strategies are different paths, strategies are different plans. Ultimately, why we need to prepare so many strategies? An organization want to achieve its objectives. So strategies comprises of a course of action, a commitment of resources, a detailed blueprint of all moves, initiatives, responses with a timing concern. So strategies are a course of action. A strategy is a commitment of resources. A strategy is a detailed blueprint of all moves, initiatives, responsibilities with timing concern. Strategy is a unified and critical plan of action to achieve a goal. See students, when you completed your 10th standard, in front of you intermediate is there. That is your objective. But to join in intermediate, of course you completed now, it doesn't matter. But let me give you an example. After completion of your 10th standard, one of your family member will say that take MPC. Some other will say, relatives will say that take BPC and become a doctor. And your parents and your sister or siblings will say that take CEC or MEC. These all are strategies. What is your objective? Your objective is to complete intermediate. The objective is one, but strategies are different. So that's why strategies is a unified and critical plan of action to achieve a goal. Okay students, this is about strategies. Now check the same concept of strategies. A strategy is a master plan for moving the organization towards its objectives through the complex and volatile environment of market forces. Strategy involves innovation and creativity. When we don't have innovation, forget about the word strategy. Okay, so let us focus on the example for strategies. Strategy for winning an approval in the board meeting. Strategy to make the best use of media coverage. Strategy to convenience the lecturer that he should let you free in the class. This example is you give utmost priority to this example student, because you won't be in class but lecturer should not take the class. So you will prepare so many plans and strategies. You will make different kind of ideas. Is it not? Ma'am, instead of today's notes, why don't you give us a explanation? That is one kind of strategy. And some other student will say that, ma'am, instead of taking a class, why don't we discuss about our an idea? Or else some other student will say that, ma'am, we don't want notes or explanation, we'll go for a class activity. All these are strategies, but ultimately what is the objective? You want to skip the class. Is it not students? Yes. Another one in objectives is procedures. Procedures are action guidelines which specify how particular activity has to take place. Procedures are action guidelines which specify how particular activity has to take place. Procedures provide chronological step-by-step sequence of required action in order to achieve a certain goal or policy. Procedures provide chronological step-by-step sequence of required actions in order to achieve a certain goal or policy. A procedure always lays down the manner and method by which work is to be performed in a standard or uniform way. A procedure lays down the manner and method by which work is to be performed in a standard or uniform way. Procedure ensures higher than average level performance, which results in work simplification and eliminates duplication of efforts. So, a good procedure should be purposeful and functional, should be in written form. A procedure should be simple and clear. It should be flexible and it should expose it to periodic review. Example for procedure: procedure for recruitment of employees, the set procedure for engineering admission, common entrance set, procedure for processing, consumer compliance. Okay students, this video is about importance or advantages of objectives, policies of objectives, strategies to achieve the objectives, and procedure to prepare the plans. And we are going to meet with some other topic in next video. Take care. Thank you.